Hello friends, today let us see some question answers from this chapter. Windows of knowledge. First question is, how is the feeling of senses made possible? Sense is possible only when impulses from sense organs reach at the brain through the sensory nerves. The ends of sensory nerve from the brain act as the receptors inside the sense organs. Ear. Auditory receptors in the basilar membrane. Stimulus, sound. Function, hearing. Nose. Olfactory receptors. Stimulus, olfactory particles. Function, smelling. Tongue. Taste receptors in the taste buds. Stimulus, taste particles. Function, tasting. Skin. Receptors for heat, cold, touch, pressure and pain. Stimulus, heat, cold, touch, pressure or pain. Function, heat, cold, touch, pressure and pain. Next question is, how are our eyes protected? Bony eye socket protects eye. External eye muscles fixes the eye ball in the orbit. Eyelids protect from dust and other particles. Eyelashes protected from dust without obstructing vision. Eyebrow prevents perspiration or water reaching into the eyes. Tears clean and lubricate the anterior part, washes away the dust particles and destroys germs. Conjunctiva secretes mucus to prevent the eye from being dry. The enzyme contained in tears. Answer, lysozyme. Question is, which are the three layers of human eye? A. Sclera, the outermost strong layer that gives shape. Its transparent anterior portion is the cornea. B. Choroid, middle layer of blood capillaries which supply nutrients and oxygen. Its anterior dark screen with pupil is the iris. A convex lens is placed behind the iris. C. Retina, the innermost layer on which the image forms. The optic nerve starts from the retina. Next question is, the fluids filled in the chamber of eye. Position and function. Aqueous humor, a watery fluid seen in the aqueous chamber between cornea and lens, oozes from the blood. This fluid supplies nutrients and oxygen to cornea and lens. Vitreous humor, a jelly-like fluid filled within the vitreous chamber between lens and retina, helps to maintain the shape of eyeball. Slightly projected transparent anterior part of the sclera. Answer, cornea. The transparent membrane which protects the sclera expels the cornea. Answer, conjunctiva. The dark colored anterior part of choroid is dashed, which contain the pigment melanin. Answer is iris. The aperture at the center of iris. Answer is pupil. The antagonistic muscles in the iris that regulate the size of eye pupil. Radial muscles, pupillary dilator and circular muscles, pupillary constrictor. When bright light falls, the eye pupil dash constricts due to the contraction of the circular muscles. Next question is, the muscles which adjust the curvature of eye lens seen behind the iris. Answer is ciliary muscles. Define the power of accommodation of the eye. The capacity of the eye to change the curvature of lens depending upon the distance between the eye and the object by adjusting the focal length is called the power of accommodation of the eye. How can our lens adjust its focal length according to the distance from objects? How is power of accommodation possible? When we look at a distant object, the ciliary muscles are in a relaxed position so as to keep the ligaments tight. Therefore, the curvature of lens decreases to fix the image on retina. When we look at the near object, the ciliary muscles contract to loosen the ligaments. When ligaments relax, the curvature of lens increases naturally to focus the image on retina. The characteristics of images formed on retina: real, small, inverted and accommodated. Compare and contrast between the photoreceptors and seen on the retina. Photoreceptor rod cell containing pigment rhodopsin. Function: vision under dim light. Related disorder: night blindness. Photoreceptor cone cells containing pigment photopsin or iodopsin. Function: vision under intense light. Related disorder: color blindness. Receptor region of the rod cell is rod shaped and contain the pigment rhodopsin, which will be stimulated under dim light. Receptor region of the cone cell is cone shaped and contain the pigment photopsin, which will be stimulated under intense light. Under dim light, rhodopsin dissociate to form retinal and opsin to produce impulses from rod cells. Under intense light, photopsin dissociate to form and opsin to produce impulses from cone cells. The three types of cone cells, red, green and blue, provide us with color vision. Next question is, vitamin A help us for better vision. Give reason. Retinal. The visual pigment found in the photoreceptors is formed from vitamin A. Compare between blind spot and yellow spot. Blind spot is a part of retina from where the optic nerve begins. No photoreceptors at this spot, hence no vision. Yellow spot is the point of highest vision in the retina, where more cone cells seen. Images form in and around the yellow spot. Point on retina lacking vision, blind spot. Point of highest vision in retina, dash. Answer is yellow spot. The bird owl has no vision in daytime. Why? Owl's retina is devoid of cone cells and hence no vision in daytime. Animals like cat and owl have more vision at night. Why? Cat and owl has more rod cells in their retina, so that they have more vision at night. Next question is, a kite can locate its prey even from high altitude. How is this possible? The eyes of kite are closer to each other and contain a large number of cone cells. Hence, it has high power of vision. Flow chart of image formation in retina. Light rays from the object and then cornea goes to aqueous humor or pupil, goes to lens and then vitreous humor, then image on retina. Next question is, what are the changes occur in retina when images focus on it? Describe that how vision is possible. Light rays from the object passes through cornea and pupil fall on the lens. A small, real inverted image forms on the retina. When the image is formed under dim light, rhodopsin in the rod cells dissociate to produce impulses, and when the image is formed under intense light, photopsin in the cone cells dissociate to produce impulses. These impulses are transmitted through the optic nerve. The brain coordinates the image from both eyes to feel perfect vision. Experience of vision. Flowchart. Image on retina and then stimulation in the photoreceptors, and then dissociation of rhodopsin or photopsin and impulses. Then optic nerve goes to coordination of images by cerebrum, and then perfect vision. Next question is, though images of object are formed in both eyes, we can see only one object. Give reason. Cerebrum coordinates the two images and hence get a three-dimensional view of the object. Next question is, dash and dash are the two conditions of eye due to the deficiency of vitamin A. Night blindness and xerophthalmia, dry conjunctiva and cornea. A few points related with the health of our eyes. Avoid falling off bright source of light directly to the eyes. Don't look at the sun. Avoid reading under dim light. Do not watch TV or other screens continuously. Frequently wash our eyes. Include vitamin A contained items in our daily food. Table which shows reasons of various disorders and diseases that affect on our eyes. Disorder hypermetropia. Reason due to shortened eyeball images formed behind retina. Cannot see nearby objects clearly. Remedy, convex lens. Disorder myopia, short sight. Reason due to elongated eyeball images formed in front of retina. Cannot see distant objects clearly. Remedy, concave lens. Disorder night blindness. Reason due to the deficiency of vitamin A. No clear vision in dim light. Remedy, vitamin A. Disorder color blindness. Reason due to the defect cone cells which detect red and green colors and fails to detect those colors. No remedy. Xerophthalmia. Prolonged deficiency of vitamin A results dry conjunctiva and cornea. Remedy, vitamin A. Cataract. Gradual decrease in the power of lens due to decreasing of transparency of lens. Remedy, surgical replacement of lens. Disorder glaucoma. Defective vision due to increased pressure when the reabsorption of aqueous humor obstructed. Remedy, early treatment. Disorder is conjunctivitis. Infection of bacteria or virus causes red eye with pain. Remedy, treatment and rest. The function of human ear. Answer is hearing, body balance. What are the main parts of human ear? External ear, ear pinna, ear canal, ear drum. Middle ear, malleus, Ingus, stapes, Eustachian tube. Internal ear, cochlea, tubule, semicircular canal, auditory nerve, vestibular nerve. The safety measures to prevent dust and other particles from entering the ear are dash hairs and ear wax. When sound waves enter to the ear, dash starts to vibrate. Answer is eardrum. The smallest bone in the human body. Answer is stapes. Name the bones of ear ossicles. Answer is malleus, ingus, stapes. They amplify sound waves 22 times and pass the vibration from the eardrum to the oval window, the tube that connects the middle ear to the pharynx. What is its function? Eustachian tube. It helps to regulate the pressure inside the middle ear. The structure of internal ear. The internal ear seen inside the bony labyrinth. As membranous labyrinth, a coiled tube-like cochlea and the vestibular apparatus, vestibule and 3 semicircular canals are the parts of inner ear. The membranous labyrinth is filled with a fluid named endolymph, and the space between the bony and membranous labyrinth is filled with another fluid named perilymph. Cochlea of the internal ear functions in hearing, while the vestibular apparatus helps to maintain body balance through transmitting impulses to the cerebellum. What are the different receptors seen inside the vestibular apparatus? The cluster of receptors seen inside the utricle and saccule of the vestibule are immersed in a jelly substances and the sensory hair cells in the ampulla of the semicircular canals are also immersed in a jelly substance. All these receptors are stimulated according to the movement of head. Cochlea hearing. Dash equilibrium of the body. Answer is vestibular apparatus. The swollen end of semicircular canals. Answer is ampulla. Cochlea, auditory nerve, cerebrum. Vestibular apparatus, vestibular nerve, dash. Answer is cerebellum. Hearing, flowchart. Sound waves and then ear pinna. Then ear canal. Goes to eardrum, vibrates. And then ear ossicles, oval window. Goes to cochlear perilymph and then endolymph. Then stimulation in auditory receptors of the basilar membrane. Goes to impulse transmitted through auditory nerve and then auditory center of the brain. Then hearing. Next question is, what is the role of ear in maintaining the equilibrium of the body? How is it possible? Receptors seen inside the ampulla of semicircular canals, saccule and utricle are simulated according to the movement of head. The impulses formed thus will be transmitted to the cerebellum through the vestibular nerve. Cerebellum functions so as to maintain the equilibrium of body. Why giddiness is felt when you turn round and round? When we turn round continuously, the endolymph inside the semicircular canals and vestibule also moves, and 3 will be continuous stimulation of the receptors and passing of impulses to the cerebellum. Hence, cerebellum cannot coordinate the muscular activities properly and we feel giddiness. How do we sense taste? Chemoreceptors seen inside the mouth and tongue help us to detect taste. The chemoreceptors seen inside the papillae of the tongue are called as taste buds. Smell also influences taste. The different taste buds of the tongue. Answer is sweet, salt, sour and bitter. Tastes are created by the brain from the primary taste. The projected structures seen on the tongue surface are known as dash. Answer is papillae. Make a flowchart of sensing taste. Food particles dissolve in the saliva and then taste receptors buds are stimulated. Impulses form and transmit through nerves to brain and then experience of taste. Recognize the figure A and B. A. Taste bud. B. Olfactory receptors. How can we feel smell? When particles enter to the nose and disperse in the mucus, the olfactory receptors in the mucous membrane get stimulated and the impulses reach the brain through the olfactory nerve. The ability of shark to sense smell is sharp. Why? Shark has highly sensitive olfactory receptors. The largest sense organ. Answer is skin. The stimuli that can be received by our skin. Answer is heat, touch, pain, cold and pressure. How skin perform as a sense organ? Heat, cold, touch, pressure and pain are felt by our skin. When these receptors are stimulated, impulses form and raise in the cerebrum for its perception. The eyes of an insect consist of a cluster of photoreceptors called dash. Answer is Ommatidia. Housefly Ommatidia. Planaria dash. Answer is eye spot. The special olfactory organ seen in the mouth of snake. Answer is Jacobson organ. How is the lateral lines important to the shark? The receptors in the lateral lines help to detect the change in the balance of the body. Thank you.